Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1 2021 Driver Career Mode with Aston Martin, episode number 19 today for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix Season 2, round number 3. If you missed the previous episode at Monaco, then I recommend going and check them out. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, see plenty more Driver Career Mode videos as and when they come out. But yes, taking a quick look then at R&D. Again, as I've mentioned previously, can't do anything on the Aero, which is very annoying because there's quite a lot of upgrades there on the Aero. So I'm thinking of going for this front nose cone structure. It's going to unlock 3 upgrades, so it's going to come in for the French Grand Prix. So I think we'll be saving the resource points up for that, and then purchase all of those 3 sachet upgrades. So that's the plan of action. In terms of the R&D chart, Mercedes have eked that advantage out a little bit more ahead of us, as Red Bull and McLaren bring minor upgrades to catch us up as well. There are also upgrades for Ferrari, Alpine, AlphaTauri, Williams, and a couple more for Alfa Romeo as well. So, but again, they're all spread out well, so they're not really going to be able to catch us at that moment in time. But moving to qualifying then, Baku's always been a good track for me, especially recently as well. It's been a good qualifying track. It wasn't so good a good qualifying track in the when this game first came out, but now it's just coming an unbelievable good track for me to qualify. I think I qualified P4 in the AlphaTauri in Season 1 of F1 2020. Last year I don't remember doing that great, but then we were in the Williams as well. But we've made already a 10th up on our previous 10th and a half up now actually on our previous best time, and moving to the end of the lap, that's actually 4 tenths. So yes, we slipped to P12, but we're now making considerable pace, just over 4 tenths up, as we're now going to straighten the car up to the line with DRS. ERS is actually good use as well, so parts are going well, just over fluctuating about just over 4 tenths up. In the end, it's good enough for P6 as well. Bottas 2x2x2, 2 Mercedes, 2 McLarens, 2 Aston Martins. McLaren look very good in there, very comfortably. We're very close to Vettel. That's the closest we've been separated by all season as well. So yeah, well, we'll see what we can do though. 6th on the grid, time for the
Good day
race.
today. Let's have your take on it. Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment?
No comment.
Your teammate seems to be having a hard time pushing past the competition this season, don't they?
I'm not going to comment on my teammate, thank you very much. Simple as that.
Well, thanks anyway.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku and home of course to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully away from the barriers. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4 mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Why don't we talk about Ferrari? We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
It doesn't look promising for them so far. And if the new regs have hit them as hard as we think, well, I suspect they may need a few late nights at the factory to get back on track.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel and Aston Martin, Verstappen, Leclerc, Gasly and Fernando Alonso, Perez, Sainz, Esteban Ocon and Tsunoda, Russell, Giovinazzi, Nicholas Latifi, and Guan Yu Zhou, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
I mean, there'll have to be an internal investigation if we don't get a top 10 finish from P6 on the grid unless we have an accident or an incident on track. Race strategy is going to be a one-stop, early stop from softs to mediums, but maybe the undercut looks maybe the preferred strategy by the team. So we'll see if we can undercut a few people as well as we get ready then for 5 red lights, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. 5 red lights out and away we go, and it's a mediocre start. We're not making any places up the start. We're going to dive down the inside. Oh, they've gone 4 wide. There's body work up in here, up into P4. We're going to have to let a break to let Ricciardo go, otherwise he would have taken. He has Hamilton as well. We would have been up into P3, but they went 4 wide. Was never going to work, the 2 Mercedes and the 2 McLarens, and Ricciardo has paid the price with the front wing failure. And I think Norris has also been given a 5-second time penalty. So we're up to 5th place there, but now we've got to get past Ricciardo, who's got no front wing, and then we make an easy, nice switchback, the one before the castle section. So yeah, confirmation there on the screen that Norris has his penalty, so we'll see if we can catch him up as well. Ricciardo is now going to be a bottle in the neck, and you can see here he's caused Vettel to go slowly. He couldn't get past him before Ricciardo came in the pits to replace his wing, and Gasly now is going past Vettel around the outside. Can Gasly get in front of Vettel? Yes, he can. As we watch the front 3, none of them have damage, so they're both going to kill one. It's Valtteri Bottas who leads again. Can he get a hat-trick of wins to start this season 2 out? We'll have to wait and see. Ahead of Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton in third place. But now this is the crucial time. We're coming to make our one and only stop onto a set of mediums. I suspect a lot of the Vettel and Gasly continue on. A lot of the lower teams will probably continue for a couple more laps. There might be a couple on mediums. You never know. Giovinazzi looks like it's on mediums there from the list of drivers that flew by. 2.9 second stop again, not that great, but I mean it could be worse, could be better really. As Guan Yu Zhou is holding up Lewis Hamilton. Can we try and catch Hamilton in the traffic maybe? Although no, we can't, because Guan Yu Zhou is pulling over with an engine failure there. We're so close to him, and we actually get in front of Mazepin anyway in the process of going past. So green flags, the FIA says it's a legal move, so we'll take that. As now there's a whole bunch of cars coming into the pits, and there's Norris. The Norris with his penalty has dropped behind us.
Yet, but we've seen a problem at our end. We're looking into it.
Uh-oh. I've been dreading this. I think it's been coming. Are we about to get a part failure?
There seems to be an issue with our ERS.
Oh my goodness. This is the first one I've had. It's a 25% career as well. I've been expecting this. We haven't had one at all so far, but we have now got an ERS failure. I was spamming X all the time going through those corners, and it just wouldn't go off. Eventually it did go off on lap number 8, which you'll see in just a moment. I'm able to turn it off there, but we had a good percentage of ERS try and push on to Hamilton, but now we've sort of not really got that. We did also have a DRS failure as well off screen, but that didn't last. Literally lasted like half a lap. Not worth it really, and we weren't really close to it. So jump to the last lap then. We've been sleeping really. We've been caught by Lando Norris as Valtteri Bottas wins the Grand Prix. Is this going to be a photo finish with Norris? He's going to have DRS now. He's going to be in the DRS. He's closing. It's not going to be close enough, and we were able to hang on for P3. But that McLaren is very quick in this career mode of ours. Obviously pre-performance patch this week's video, so we'll see what happens with the performance patch next week's video. Lewis Hamilton unable to challenge Bottas. He got slowed up in the end, but Ricciardo actually came back from that front wing to take P6. So it seems that although Red Bull have been, although they're there with McLaren in the terms of the engine, the R&D, they're not actually there with their on-track performance. And McLaren are comfortably at times being the second fastest team, although we do have more race pace than our qualifying pace. And just a shame that Ricciardo actually slowed up Vettel and not able to. Now, Gasly lost out horrifically in the end. I think he'd had a hard tyre strategy, which dropped him, just plummeted out the points really. So that's a shame for Gasly. Doesn't really have any luck. And our battle really is with McLaren now. Mercedes are running away with this championship already. They've already got they got double the amount of points we've got already. McLaren are only 1 point behind us, so that's the crucial point. Can we hold on against the McLarens? As I say, there might be chances of victory for Aston Martin. Generally, pace victories, not just getting lucky like we did at Zandvoort in season 1, when everybody came in the pits and we were the only one, the top car on the intermediates. And I'm eyeing victory at Austria, mainly because Canada, I haven't sort of gelled with it in qualifying this year's game yet, so that's something to look. France, never know what's going to happen at France. Austria will be the next big target really for probably we'll be targeting victory if we can challenge Bottas as well. But yes, I'm going to leave it there. That's going to be it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and you see plenty more F1 2021 Drive Career Mode videos as when they come out. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.